What do you think when you hear the word hero? Do you think of our firemen, our doctors, or what about our police officers? Or do you think about our traditional heroes, such as Superman, Batman, and even the Incredibles?
People tend to picture heroes as they're depicted in movies and on TV, wearing a cape, fighting bad guys, saving the world. The definition of a hero is any person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Heroes can be everyday people that naturally stand out by putting the others first and by making a positive impact. The people who tend to be under the most scrutiny in our world are the ones that have the highest potential for making a difference.
Oftentimes, people see politicians and government workers as inconsiderate and money hungry. It's hard to see them as heroes due to their reputation and portrayal through the media. However, all it takes is a good person with righteous intentions to make a monumental shift. They have their entire nations of people at their disposal that they can communicate their ideas with almost instantly. This leaves them with the ability to rewrite history however they choose.
We have been fortunate enough to live in an era dominated by so many excellent and influential people. People who took full advantage of their position to change the so called norms that had been in place for so many years beforehand. An example of this would be Nelson Mandela, the first black president of South Africa. Mandela was a man of peace that exemplified the quality of forgiveness. Despite being labeled as a terrorist due to the colonial apartheid in his country and being sent to prison for his crimes of protest and resistance, he was still able to set an example for not only South African citizens, but people from all nations by being rewarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 for his lifetime of work. He did
Another great politician to show heroism is former President Barack Obama. When our world started to go to chaos, we needed a dedicated leader to make the world a better place. We got just that back in 2008 when Barack Obama made history by being elected the 45th and first African American president. He fought hard to support the ones in need. He helped countless amounts of unemployed people find jobs and helped fix the economy. Another way he used his position in a heroic way was to create a healthcare plan called Obamacare. It made healthcare easily accessible to those who couldn't afford it. His commitment to making a change and providing hope in a country that had been stagnant for centuries beforehand, and his passion for inspiring others resulted in him being elected a second time. He made a huge difference in our world. We see more people of color in positions of power and more people wanting to stand out and make a change. His message of hope is still so strong, it resonates with the citizens of America. He was always considered a hero for doing the right thing, being helpful, and caring for those who couldn't fend for themselves. A selfless person who inspired others to do just as good as he did is the hero that we all need.
Despite the incredible heroes that have graced this planet, there has also been an extensive list of people that use their influence for evil and or personal gain. One of the most notorious of these was Adolf Hitler. On the outside, Hitler seemed to have many heroic characteristics: the charisma, the speaking skills, the desire for change. But his plan was skewed and it resulted in him becoming a malady to society. Hitler created an empire as opposed to a utopia and became one of the most infamous politicians to date. His tragedies will forever provide an example of the power of politicians and what can be done in such a position.
As you can see, Barack Obama and Nelson Mandela exemplified what a hero really is. Their abilities to take proper advantage of their resources and use their voice for good were the first steps that these men took to become heroes. However, not every politician can be as heroic and inspiring as Obama and Mandela. Adolf Hitler let his personal motives take over. His actions portrayed how seemingly heroic characteristics can change very quickly and make you a villain, not a hero. If only Adolf Hitler could have seen Barack Obama and Nelson Mandela's accomplishments, he would have learned how to use his position and power for good. Current and prospective politicians should all look to people like Obama and Mandela as a framework for what to do and how to turn power into peace. They showed real and meaningful acts of heroism and should always be remembered for their inspiring transformation of the world.
As you have seen and has been proven, not all heroes wear capes. The heroes explored didn't save a damsel in distress or stop a meteor from crashing into the earth. Instead, they used their position in order to better society. When faced with adversity, they fought even harder. They stuck to their guns and were able to make an actual difference in tens of thousands of people's lives. These extraordinary individuals should serve as an inspiration not only to politicians, but to everyone in their daily lives. Being a hero is not always glamorous, and it may not win the praises of others. But if it adds to the greater good, then it adds to you as a person. Be inspired by these heroes, inspire others to be heroes, and be a hero yourself.